All right, man. Let's talk about Donovan Mitchell. What about Donovan Mitchell to the Detroit Lions? Let's speak on it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. You go live or drop video. No, it's an in-division trade. They're gonna definitely tax us. That number one pick would have to go to them. So yeah, for sure. That number one pick could be going to them. Yeah, I think it's an interesting trade. He needs to be next to a bigger guard. I mean, defensively, you know, he's a liability. That's the issue there. But shooting wise, I think he shoot the ball well enough. 35%, right around with DeJounte Murray kind of shoot it at. More of a scoring guy. But I think that fit. You know, I think Cade can be an aggressive scorer when he wants to be. But like I said, Cade got a great feel for when to turn it up, when not to turn it up, or when to turn it up and when to facilitate. You know, Mitchell like playing with the ball in his hand. You know, I like to see him play a little bit off the ball a little bit more. But him and Garland probably just too small of a backcourt, even though they front line is humongous with Mobley and Jared Allen and those type of guys, man. But you know, at the same time, you know, Mitchell, you know, gives some liability at defending. You know, and that's kind of thing I'm gonna speak on in a Zach LaVine video I got coming up about a scenario I talked about getting a few players and how would it look. But I mean, he big time. You know, at that point, I think he bring enough shooting. I think he bring enough shot creation. I think you can get Cade to create for him. But then the $1 million question is this: what do you do at the 3 spot until Short Thompson get ready? What you do at the 4 spot. You know what I'm saying? So, Zach LaVine, he shoot the ball a little bit better, a little bit bigger than he is. Already paid. I'm gonna see what his contract is, and it seemed like Donovan Mitchell kind of, I don't want to say overstay, stay his welcome at places, but at the end of the day, it's just him and Darius Garland. It just ain't gonna work. And obviously, right now he got a favorable contract for the next few years, 32. So at least you have him for one more season after this. He's gonna opt out of that player option at 29 years old and try to get a max contract of $50 million. So that's exactly like kind of where he at with it. So obviously financially, this is something you can experiment with and see where it goes. But if I like I said before, undersized guy. But if I'm the Pistons, they have to tax you because you're a divisional opponent. They gotta tax you. They gotta tax you. But then really the next question about that is, where do we go at the 3 spot? Where do we go at the 4 spot? Shooting wise, where do we go there? Can we swing a Lloyd Marketing? But then again, 2 defensive liabilities. That'd be the question. That means once you bring the liabilities, everybody else got to be better. Duran got to be a Ben Wallace. He got to erase all issues that you got. That's the problem. K got to be better defensively. If you put a Shore out there, he got to shoot the ball better. Whoever you bring in at the 4 is defensively got to be good. And you hear the Pacers on the brinks of bringing in Pascal Siakam. So now that that becomes an issue. Defensively, it becomes an issue. It becomes an issue defensively. It becomes an issue. So you gotta have a balance. You gotta have a balance. But it's something you look into. Somebody they could have drafted. Definitely somebody they could have drafted. But, maybe they seen a defensive liability, but somebody that can go get a bucket, somebody I think I match well with Cade. He need to be next to a bigger guard. That happens here, so you don't have the issue. do K got to take on more defensive responsibility as somebody on the wing? Absolutely. But, you know, the load that he would take off Cade offensively, I don't really think that's an issue. I don't think that becomes an issue. You know? So, but you know, if I had to pick between him and Zach LaVine, I'd probably go with Zach LaVine just because he's a better shooter. I think he got a couple more years on this contract. But if they got Donovan Mitchell, I won't be mad. But they got to have a contingency plan because Troy Weaver say defense is number one. You know, in a book, even before shooting. You know, so yeah, they defensively got to have a plan around these guys, and it really start with Jalen Duren, the development of Jalen Duren, and it really start, you know, with a Short Thompson developing a jump shot. If that happened, and whoever you get at the 4, you know, I think that can work. I think it can work. So, you know, my humble opinion, I think it could work. I think it could work. So, yeah, I wouldn't be mad if they did it, but then again, you know, I think him and Cade he need that bigger guard next to him, to be honest. You know, and I think the Cade will make the game easier for Mitchell, and I think Mitchell will make the game easier offensively for Cade. But what do you do defensively around them, and, you know, and shooting around them? That's the question. One thing I like about Zach LaVine, you know what I'm saying, is that he can shoot it. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit bigger, and I think he got good defensive potential. You know, I think he got good defensive potential. So, but yeah, but if they got Mitchell, I won't be mad at it at all. You know, you hear talks about Mitchell and going to the Knicks. I just don't like the. I don't like the prospect of two smaller guards like Mitchell and Jalen Brunson in the backcourt. You know, I think, you know, you tried that in Cleveland, and you might have even tried that in Utah. You know, to a certain extent. I forget who he's in the backcourt with Utah with, but hey, that is what it is, man. But hey, let me know what you think about possibly trading for Devon Mitchell. Obviously, you know, maybe Ivy, that number 1 pick involved. They got to tax you because you're a divisional opponent, or y'all in the same division. But hey, hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google, or Spotify and Anchor only. And Anchor, Spotify, Spotify for podcasters. But want to donate, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that's in the description and link tree. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.